The Legacy Parks Foundation is adding to parks and trails all across East Tennessee. They have gathered $200,000 to build a new park in Powell. They're also adding benches to parks, building a unique playground at Ijams, and partnering with Oak Ridge, Anderson County, and Roane County to improve green spaces there. 10 News reporter Sean Franklin has details on all of the projects.
The Legacy Parks Foundation here in Knoxville is working to make the parks and trails better. They've gathered tens of thousands of dollars to add park benches and receive money to turn land near Powell Branch Library here on Emory Road into Collier Preserve, which is a brand new 12-acre park. John Edwards loves riding his bike on the trails at Baker Creek Preserve in South Knoxville.
It's just a way to get outside and enjoy the weather and do some exercise and mountain biking.
Baker Creek is one of many places the Legacy Parks Foundation's created.
Very appreciative of everything that Carol and Legacy Parks and all that they're doing for us.
The foundation announced multiple new projects at Friday's annual luncheon. Executive Director Carol Evans says that includes new partnerships with Oak Ridge as well as Anderson and Roane counties.
They have the wonderful amenities that we have here in Knoxville, and we're going to kind of help with that thinking of what they can do with all those natural assets.
The foundation is also building Collier Preserve near the Powell Branch Library. They'll use $200,000 for the 12-acre park.
And it really provides the opportunity to preserve a little bit of green space in an area that's being developed so that you can experience what that area used to be like years ago.
Evans says the TVA Retirees Association is donating $40,000 for new park benches across the region.
They wanted to get involved not only with money but manpower, so they will bring money to bear but also a lot of volunteer work in our county parks.
And the foundation will be building a new primal playground at Ijams Nature Center.
They had this concept for a primal playground, which is us grown-ups lifting boulders and logs and working out with natural elements. So a really neat project, and with some partners that we've worked with before.
In Knoxville, Sean Franklin, 10 News.